Join up and let's begin. We start in 1 minute. Please join up. We start in 1 minute. All right, we start in 1 minute, okay? Join up. Okay, I'll do a countdown and we begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So every single one of these questions, you need to know the answer to, okay? This is a list of questions that you need to know the answer to. Every single one of them. There's about 180 of them. Wow. This started off really good. Round of applause. You just saw this, you just seen this in the previous test, in the previous Kahoot. Yes, so the United Nations was created in 1945. And Denmark joined immediately. It was created, and that was right after the Second World War. Okay, like I said, you need to know the answers to all these questions. I guess the two people that got this wrong were not paying attention to what I was saying. Please, okay, listen to what I'm saying to you because it will help. Anyways, moving on to the next one. All right, we've got DJ, Susanna, Arab, CJ, and Sack. Kalos A is the highest climber, up 19 places. Next one. Wow, okay. How many people got this wrong? 22 people. All right. So I've mentioned this before. Go to the part of the book that talks about the rights that are protected in Grundlagen and make a list of those rights because you're definitely going to see, well, not definitely, quite probably, there's a high probability that you will see a question like this in the next test in 3 weeks. Okay, so we're going through the frequently asked questions. So those are the questions that have shown up the most in all the tests since 2009. And those tests, these questions have a high probability of showing up in the next test. Okay, so please go and make that list. It's important. All right. Samantha is the highest climber, up 38 places. Wow. Next one, we have 41 questions to go. Okay, we just saw this, okay? We just saw this one, so hopefully you all get this right. Okay, so like I said before, wait, we didn't just see this. This is something else. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. A minister does not have to be a member of parliament. So ministers usually are, but they don't have to be. So the prime minister can actually appoint someone that's not a member of parliament. Next one. All right. Few people got this wrong. At least now you know what you don't know. Yet to know, you need to know this, okay? Next one. All right. Denmark, member of the European Union, 1973. There was a referendum the year before, and the answer was yes at the referendum. Alberta is the highest climber. Still have a long way to go. All right, only one person got this wrong. For the person that got this wrong, now you know what you don't know. The police can only hold you for 24 hours before they put you in front of the judge. 6 players reach an answer streak of 3. All right, round of applause. Arif is now on the podium. He was at number 5 before, now at number 3. Kalmar Union. Next one. DSB now at number 4. S Khan is back in the game 3 in a row.
Excellent.
Next one. Yes, so the Social Democratic Party is very connected to the workers and the workers' movement. And I think the Social Democratic Party is the second oldest party after Venstre. All right, how many people got this wrong? 13 people. You need to get to know this. Every single question in this Kahoot is important. These are questions that you need to know the answer to. Bardia, yes, it's Venstre and Hoyer. And Hoyer turned into the Conservative People's Party. So 3 in a row, Iman is back in the game.
Excellent.
Yes, so after the First World War, Denmark had the opportunity to reunite with Sønderjylland. They had lost the Second Schleswig War to Prussia, which was Germany, in combination with the Austro-Hungarian Empire at the time. And Germany lost the war, the First World War, and therefore had to give up Sønderjylland, which is the reason why Denmark could reunite with Sønderjylland. All right, only 5 people got this wrong. Please get to know this. You need to know this. All right, so Sack fell out of the top 5. MH has a streak with 11 correct answers in a row.
Perfect.
Next one. Everyone should know this. Okay, so the formula for this is 4-4-5. Okay, for the person that got this wrong, 4 years Folketing elections, 4 years regional and communal elections, 5 years European Parliament elections. Next one. DSB is now number 1. Rose 11, 3 in a row, back in the game.
Excellent.
Yes, so the model of the atom is what he won the Nobel Prize in Physics for. Coincidentally, this is the 100th year anniversary of his Nobel Prize. So this is 2022, and he won it in 1922. Next one. DSB, Arif, DJ, DePanther, TCT. S. Khan is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. Okay, 3 people got this wrong. There are 179 members of parliament. 175 of them are from Denmark, 2 are from the Faroe Islands, and 2 are from Greenland. Next one. DJ now number 2, Arif falling to number 3, DePanther, TCT holding number 4-5. Honak has a streak with 14 correct answers in a row.
Perfect.
Next one. It's called Højesteret. That's the Supreme Court in Denmark. Okay, 7 people got this wrong. Like I always say, you need to know this. You definitely need to know this, okay? Every single question that shows up in this Kahoot, you definitely need to know the answer to, because these are the most frequently asked questions. Samantha is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
We saw this in the previous Kahoot. All right, only one person got this wrong. It's 5 regions. Also, I think you should make a list of the names of the regions as well, because sometimes they ask about that. Static top 5. So the Danish Commonwealth, that's Greece Fellowship, made up of Denmark, the Faroe Islands, and Greenland. 3 people got this wrong. You need to know the answer to this. You're probably going to see it again in the test. Didi is back with an answer streak of 3. What do I give you for this? Round of applause. All right, 10 people got this wrong. It was because a lot of parties that usually were not in parliament got voted into parliament. People were kind of fed up with the status quo and politics as usual. And this was the year that that Denmark joined the joined European Union. Coincidentally, none of the new parties that got voted into parliament are still there. So they all got voted out over the years. On to the next one. Okay, 8 players just hits an answer streak of 15.
Excellent.
DJ is number 1, Arif number 2, TCT number 3. All of them moved up. DSP 4, and the Panther 5. Almost halfway there. Yes, so the Rolstampenbevægelse was movement about gender equality. Next one. TCT jumped Arif and DJ back to number 1. SAC is the highest climber, up 5 places. Next one. All right, so 1973 was an important year in Denmark's history. It's the year that women could get an abortion. Also the year that Denmark joined the European Union, and the year that the landslide elections happened. So a lot happened that year. All right, Susanna is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. So Gunlong was changed in 1953 to allow a woman to inherit the throne. 5 people got this wrong. Please get to know this. We've got DJ, TCT, Arif, DSB, and D Panther. TCT is only leading Arif by 2 points. Carla is the highest climber, up 3 places.
Excellent.
Next one. Seventeen people got this wrong. The power is distributed amongst the legislative, the executive, and the judiciary. The legislative is made up of a combination of the government and the parliament. The executive is the government, and the judiciary is the courts and the judges. They are all independent of each other. So the government and the parliament cannot influence the courts and vice versa in their work, okay? All right, TCT number 1, Arif number 2, DJ fell to number 3, DSP 4, Lucy 5, DJ is making a comeback with 3 in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
Yes, so only the members of parliament can be part of a parliament committee. 3 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Arif now at number 1, DJ right behind him, TCT 3, DSB, Lucy. Ritz is back with an answer streak of 3. Next one. We're more than halfway through now. All right, so a minority government. So most governments have been minority governments because no one political party has won a majority in parliament. And there is a rule that any government cannot have a majority against it in parliament. What does a majority mean? That means 90 seats. So if your party wins up to 90 seats in parliament, then you have a majority, but that hasn't happened in years. The election that happened yesterday, the Social Democrats have 50 seats, and I can't remember the rest of the seats that the other ones got, but the Red Bloc has exactly 90 seats, which is kind of interesting, because now Mette Frederiksen can actually go ahead and form a completely red government. I don't know if she's going to do that. There's talks about her forming a government, a broad government, so including the moderates and maybe some people from the Blue Bloc. But we'll see what happens in the next coming weeks. All right, 10 people got this wrong. Now you know what you don't know. Please get to know this. Stephanie is the highest climber, up 4 places. Okay, can you guys hear me? Someone just told me my voice is low. Okay, next one. Okay. All right. you have to be at the legal age in order to vote in Denmark, and the legal age is 18. All right. For the guys that are complaining about low, I'm not sure what's going on your end. Turn up the volume. Try see if there's if you can turn up the volume on your side. All right. So Arif is number 1, DJ number 2, TCT 3, DSP 4, Lucy 5. Jagu is making a comeback with 3 in a row.
Excellent.
We are more than halfway through. We have 20 questions to go. Yes, you need at least 2% to be represented in parliament. So coincidentally, the Christian Democrats didn't get up to 2%, so they're no longer in parliament. And Sikandar Siddique, who is the leader of the Free Greens, his party didn't get up to 2%, so he is also out of parliament. Next one. 3 in a row, HVJ is back in the game.
Excellent.
We've seen this before. '98 communes. So the person that got this wrong, now you know what you don't know, right? DJ made a mistake and he's been kicked right out of the top 5. It's currently Arif, TCT, DSB, Lucy, and Robert. KJ is back with an answer streak of 3.
Excellent.
Next one. Yes, so it's between 80 and 89. So this year, it was 84.5. And actually, this was one of the lowest turnouts in years. Yes, exactly. So, yeah, next one. Static top 5, Masa Amini is back with an answer streak of 3.
Perfect.
$15 years, okay? So the 4 people that got this wrong, now you know what you don't know. It's Me is making a comeback with 3 in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my, he's on fire.
All right, next one. You just saw this. It's every 5 years, okay? So 4-4-5, 4 years for parliamentary elections, 4 years for communal and regional elections, and 5 years for the European Parliament election. And one person that got this wrong. Alberto has a streak with 30 correct answers in a row.
Wow.
Round of applause. Okay, 3 people got this wrong. Please get to know this. Like I said, all these questions are a must know. So you must know the answers to all these questions. Next one. TCT has overtaken Arif. So it's TCT number 1, Arif number 2, DSB 3, Lucy 4, and Robert number 5. 6 players have reached an answer streak of 9.
Excellent.
All right. So we have 14 questions to go. I just gave you the answer to this. Okay, so like I explained before, there are 179 members of parliament. 175 of them are from Denmark, 2 are from Greenland, and 2 are from the Faroe Islands. When you combine those 2, it's 4. So the question is asking about how many members of parliament are voted in from Greenland and the Faroe Islands. Sometimes they ask about just Greenland, and sometimes they ask about just the Faroe Islands, and sometimes they ask about Greenland and the Faroe Islands, like this question. So please read the question slowly and then go ahead and answer. Okay? 3 people got this wrong. Please get to know this, okay? Now you know what you don't know. Ahmad Ali, 3 in a row, back in the game. He's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
13 questions to go. Yes, only members of the church pay church tax. Static top 5, 3 players have reached an answer streak of 9.
Perfect.
And NFS Grundtvig is very important for the Volker Højskolerne Bevægelse, so the public school movement. There is a whole section in the book dedicated to him. Like I always said in the previous sessions, please read the book, okay? You cannot get away from reading that book because most likely there will be questions that you've never seen before and questions that have never been in the previous exams. And now that there's new reading material, then it's very, very highly likely that that's actually what's going to happen. So it's not just enough to do all of these tests and Kahoots and quizzes. You need to read the book as well. All right, there is no movement in the top 5. Shaji is making a comeback with 3 in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
We've got 11 questions to go. You've just seen this. All right, almost perfect score. It's 10 years. Okay, so for the person that got this wrong, it's 10 years. Now you know what you don't know. Next one. 3 in a row, AD is back in the game. All right, so Handels Bevelsen. This is the co-op movement. So this started in the mid 1800s, where farmers decided to pool their resources and buy the material that they needed. So they would pool their resources and buy dairies and farms and different things that they needed. And that way, they were able to basically do better together than they would do by themselves. And that was the whole idea behind that. And the Andel way of thinking is actually still alive, very much alive in Denmark at the moment. And an example of an Andel is an Andelsboligforening. So in Denmark, well, for the people that don't know, in Denmark, you've got the Ejer livelihood and Andels livelihood. I'm not going to go too deep into that. On to the next one. Okay. 5 players reaching Master Street at 4. We have got a static top 5 with 9 questions to go. Okay, so Kanzlergeld for Leo, 1933. So this is around the time of the Great Depression. And Thorvald Stauning was the prime minister at the time. And he came up with, well, he didn't come up with it, but he was prime minister at the time that presided over this settlement that was supposed to help the economy in Denmark at the time, because a lot of people were basically under a lot of economic stress. And this settlement, I think this was around the foundation of, I don't want to misquote here, but it's around the time the welfare state kicked in. But like I said, I'm not the holy grail of any of this information. All of this is in the book, okay? It's not hidden, it's in the book. So please read the book. All right, next one. Arif is back at number 1. Everything else stays the same except TCT. Samantha is the highest climber up 4 places.
Excellent.
We've got 8 questions to go. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Round of applause. Static top 5. 5 players have reached an answer streak of 16.
Perfect.
All right. Not bad. Only 5 people got this wrong. For the 5 people that got this wrong, now you know what you don't know. You need to know this. I've said this before. I might be sounding like a broken record, but please bear with me, okay? It's only for 3 weeks. You need to know the answer to every single one of these questions. Please get to know. Steve has the highest answer streak of 39. Wow. Round of applause for Steve. We just talked about this. So please get 100% in this, okay? All right, so this deserves an explosion. We only have 5 questions to go, and everyone got this right. Okay, so the numbers are looking really good. I hope you guys are feeling happy. Sack is not going to come back with 3 in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
5 questions to go. Okay, so I kind of felt like a lot of people are not going to get this right. 21 people got this wrong. So the Folketing's ombudsman is like an independent body. It's kind of like a watchdog that keeps an eye on the public authorities to make sure that there is no foul play and there's no errors or negligence in their dealings with the public. I don't know if that made any sense, but like I always say, all this information is in the book and it's well explained in there. So please check out the book. I posted the link in the chat for the people that need the book and need to download it. All right, we've got 4 questions to go. Top 5 has been reshuffled. Lucy now at number 2, Arab holding number 1, BSB 3, TCT 4, and the Panther 5. 3 players have reached an answer streak of 38. Round of applause to you guys. Okay, only 3 people got this wrong. In the book, there is a section of the book that you can find the responsibilities of the commune, the region, and the state. I would suggest that you go and make a list of all those responsibilities because they could ask about any one of them. Okay, so on to the next one. Static top 5, SS back in the game, 3 in a row. 3 questions to go. All right, so this question is about collective bargaining and the parties that participate in collective bargaining. Specifically, the Dansk Arbeidsgiverne organization. They represent the employers and the employees are represented by FH. Can't remember exactly what that stands for. It used to be LO, but they've changed it to FH. 9 people got this wrong. The information is in the book. Look it up. Next one. Arif, DSB, Lucy, TCT, and CJ. 8 players just hit an answer streak of 6.
Excellent.
We've got 2 questions to go. So, as an employee, you are not obligated to join a foul for union. Lucy now at number 2, TCT number 3, DSP fell off the podium now at number 4, CJ at number 5. Ravi is making a comeback with 3 in a row, and he's on fire.
Oh my! He's on fire!
All right, last question. I just gave you guys the answer to this. Okay, so 76 people got this right, 2 people got this wrong. I just explained this. Anyways, podium time. TCT, Lucy, and I think Arif, right? Yes. DSB and CJ 4 and 5.